Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Happy Thursday to you. I hope you're having a fantastic day with you and your family. We're taking a look at Bitcoin, of course, helping understand the big picture, best practice, whole 9 yards there, and really just kind of seeing if we have a trend reversal here or if the trend line is still holding. So far, so good, but what we want to do is kind of draw out some new trend lines, kind of see roughly what we're looking at here, and kind of just help understand, generally, what the traditional markets are looking like and how we're doing here. So if we, just to jump right in, we can see dollar index is down a little bit. Traditional markets are up half to a full percent. And then of course, Bitcoin is roughly the same. So even though Bitcoin's been performing well going sideways lately and the market's going down traditionally, we can also experience an increase when the markets are up. So that's a positive sign. Kind of just shows that we have a positive correlation between the two. So definitely good sense there. And this descending trend that we had recently is tentatively broken. Again, only the hourly candlesticks here. It's not like it's definitive by any stretch, but generally speaking, we get a closure today in the range or higher that we're at right now, preferably 17,100 or higher. We're going to be in pretty good shape. Last thing to note as well, if you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a website, link down below. Be sure to check that out. We've got a lot of awesome members there. We're all learning and growing together. Oh, touch on this here too. Take a look at this. 203% for Axie Infinity short from Blessed Acre. So well done there. Everyone yesterday is kicking some butt. So I'm super proud of my community. They're all becoming much better traders than they were when they first started. Again, it just helps to have like-minded individuals working together towards the same common goal, right? And that's the positive thing. So to touch on Bitcoin right now, simply put, it's been stuck on stupid for at least 7 to 10 days, right? So we've had pretty much consistent behavior right in this range here, where the consistent low is 16,800 as a close approximate, and then the high is right around 17,200. So we're literally range bound within a $400 mark. Okay, and what's going on right now is a lot of grid trading bots are just kind of keep selling and buying right at specific points because it is range bound. So we need a breakout of either above or below to kind of have any type of success. And what we're hoping for is obviously a break above. Today's looking positive. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and look at a few other things. So with resistance levels such as 70 on the RSI, 50 on the RSI, and even 30 in that case for support, those are all levels that I like to focus on the daily and kind of help understand that, hey, we're in good shape once we get past that point. Now, you've probably watched my videos before and you know that the more often you test a support or resistance level, the more likely it is to break. So if we take a look here, we can see that this level keeps getting rejected consistently, but it's still maintaining a good price. In other words, what's happening here is we're starting to see this pennant pattern form, and the price action will likely increase from here as just kind of an inevitability because of the fact that we keep retesting to the upside, not necessarily the downside. Okay. Again, we came from the bottom, moving up, and in turn, you're more likely to see a breakout to the upside than you would see a downside break, just based on the overall trend here. And we can also see previously, we saw something very similar as well. Okay, so we're starting to stack up similar characteristics before the next breakout. So I think it is inevitable for the price action to break through 17,200 to potentially spike and hit 17.5, have a pretty strong little push, of course, some type of break to the upside, and get us to that level where we can essentially get some kind of short squeeze and push the price action higher. Okay, but bottom line, we are still losing momentum, right? And that tends to happen when we have dull moments like these. So try not to read too much into the moving averages for the moment, at least on the convergence divergence side of things. I think the RSI speaks for itself that we should likely break through there soon if we continue to retest, which appears that the price doesn't want to go either higher or lower in the immediate future. We do got to recognize, though, that 50-day SMA is working its way down and effectively going to be working as a resistance level. This could come to a head in a couple of weeks here. So I'd say by end of month, we should have a retest of 17,600 and likely break through and or hit that level, reject hard, and come back down. I know it's like, okay, it's either going to go up or down, right? I know it's frustrating to hear, but generally speaking, we don't have enough data right now to anticipate that. Okay, likelihood of a further upside seems greater, but we don't know that just yet. Okay, so again, it's always important to kind of protect your investments and make sure that you are, using your own risk tolerance and developing that by either paper trading or demo trading rather, and make sure that you are doing what you can without getting wrecked. It's important to learn from your mistakes without making significant financial hardships out of it, right? So again, only trade with what you have available and make sure that you are careful and cautious. So take a look here at the 4 hour, we can see this trend line, right? You can see it kind of working its way down, and of course we're breaking above here. We're only about 4 hours into that continuation, but that's a positive sign. It's implying that we're making higher lows here on the smaller time frames, and we're no longer, descending, so to speak. Keep in mind, we can still crash back down. The price can still come back down, and until we actually make higher highs, we're not really in a position right now where we're officially breaking that trend. But this is a good start. Okay, higher lows is a start to any type of trend reversal. We're also tentatively back up over 50 in the RSI. I say tentatively because this candlestick hasn't closed yet, but generally speaking, it looks fairly positive. And then, of course, we've got a MACD convergence here as well, letting us know that we should be in good position for the price action to increase from here. Again, moving average convergence divergence on the 4 hour, when you have that MACD convergence, it's really just it's telling you that, for a swing trade type of position, it's ideal. Okay, so these are the things that I like to look for, and the fact that we're up over 50 on the RSI, very positive in that sense here too. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the moving averages. We're retesting the 50, but still below the 200. So again, until we get back up over the 200-day set moving average on the 4 hour, we don't really have, a lot of, I guess, we don't want to celebrate just yet prematurely, but this is definitely a good sign. And you can see this trend line working concurrent with the 200-day set moving average. And that's a very positive sign too. In fact, the 20 is aligned itself as well. But the fact that we're up over that 20 is important, kind of reiterating the fact that this trend line is a very positive sign to be back up above. So to me, I think that's a very, very good. 4 hours actually looking tremendously better than it did yesterday. Taking a look at the 1 hour, let's go ahead and see if there's anything else here. We're at a 6 on TD sequential, so hypothetically we've got somewhere in the range of 3 to 7 hours more continuation to the upside. Unless we have some type of short squeeze and we get past 17,100, we'll probably see the price action reject, come back down, potentially bounce off 16,870 and continue higher. Okay, so again, these Fibonacci retracement levels are working almost perfectly. You can see this range bound activity right here, and you can see this range bound activity right here. So what's the likelihood of this price being range bound right here? Fairly high, right? It continues, comes up, works itself up the trend. Okay, so again, definitive lines in the sand here when it comes to the Fibonacci retracement. 16,900 is the tentative support now moving forward. Looking at the cloud, this is an interesting one here because we haven't been back up above the cloud in some time. Now again, this is premature, but this is a very, very good sign because even if the price were to pull back a little bit, it'll still hold above that cloud, if you will. Again, that's probably the best way to describe it, the upper lead effectively. And it's actually looking pretty darn good here. Because again, the conversion line, baseline, they're pretty much side by side right now. But the lagging span is free and clear of price action. That's a very big sign to potentially take a long position. I prefer to wait for confirmation, but once again, confirmation is going to happen regardless. Even if it dips down and bounces off 16.9, we should be in really good shape to see the price continue higher. So for the most part, things are looking pretty positive here for Bitcoin. I don't think we should expect phenomenal results unless there's a short squeeze of some sort that might occur. But for now, I think it is likely that we're going to see a retest of 17.1, 17.2, potentially break through there to hit the 17.5 area. That'd be very nice if that happens because again, we got a couple of long positions open with Bitcoin and we've hit our take profit targets #1 on both of them, but we're looking for the second one as well. Okay. And that could come right in that 17.2 to 17.5 range. I think it's very realistic at this point. We should see a retest of that level. Okay. Hypothetically, we break through 17,100. We get a nice little pivot point and the price action continues higher. The strong likelihood of that working as a support once we break through. But for now, we can expect to be range bound between 16,900 and 17,100, and then to effectively bounce off of that 16.9 range if it comes back down that far. Okay, mostly good stuff here though. Really, there's literally nothing I see that's adverse whatsoever. Mostly positive on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. The daily doesn't look tremendous, but it does tell us that it's honoring this higher low pattern, and of course that consistency on the trend line is maintaining itself. And that's important, okay? So again, trend lines are a little bit more, they carry a little bit more weight than other indicators traditionally, right? But if you see positive indicators that are telling us, RSI on the 4 hour, we're up over 50. We are converging on the MACD on the 4 hour. That's a perfect storm, as well as breaking through the cloud. I think we got a really, really good situation here where we should see further upside. Okay, so looking darn good here for Bitcoin. All right, so hopefully that made sense to you and I described that correctly. If so, comment below, all that good stuff. If you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is the site. Obviously, make sure to also go to Bitget as well to qualify for my $10,000 prize pool monthly. We have this offered every single month, and it's a really awesome opportunity to be able to take some really easy profits for just having a decent P&L ratio as well as some trading volume. So really nice benefits there as well. So again, congrats to my community members that benefited from that recently. Looking forward to the next one. We'll probably go ahead and put that out late December, early January. Thanks again for your time. I look forward to seeing the next one. Take care.